I want to equip the subscribers of this channel, or quite frankly, anybody that stumbles across this video, with some heavy knowledge that the Lord gave to me years ago. And this knowledge will turn you into an atheist annihilator. First of all, when it comes to that whole atheist militant movement, it's dead in the water. Because the Lord is pouring out His Holy Spirit, and He is making it very obvious that He exists. And science points in that direction. The Bible does state that the evidence for God's existence is within creation. So we know that the Bible's true. So when we examine the evidence, which is God's creation, the only possible outcome for that is the earth, the world, creation itself will reveal God. But that's not the knowledge that I want to share. The knowledge that I want to share is this. Typically, people that don't believe in God, when you ask them, what happens when you die? This is what they'll say. Nothing. Okay, well, you need to explain to me what that means, because unless you have evidence for this nothingness that you claim exists, and don't say that this in my hand right here, this here, you see this? That's not nothingness. Let me explain a little bit further as to what I mean by provide evidence for nothingness, because when you say that to atheists, they get super arrogant and they say, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. No, I'm serious. Show me evidence for nothingness, because this here in my hand, right there, you see that? That's not nothingness. Empty space is not nothingness. Empty space is something, and it has a name. It's called the universe. So where in this vast universe is there one example of this thing called nothing that you claim exists? Where is it? Because again, that's not nothingness. This is the universe. So unless you can provide some evidence for this nothingness that you claim exists, I think it's safe to say that you literally have faith in nothing. See, because from my experience, all there is the experience. I am experiencing things, people, places, in physical form. So the only logical conclusion that I can come to is these concepts of God and heaven are validated by my real life experiences now, because God is the concept of a person. Heaven is the concept of a place. We are experiencing life here on earth in physical form as people in a place. So I can safely say that death is a unique part in life where our consciousness experiences another place with other people somewhere other than Earth. The very thought of nothingness is paradoxical, because as soon as you think of nothingness, it becomes something. Do you see what I'm getting at here? Nothingness and consciousness cannot coexist, which means if nothingness doesn't exist, that means that consciousness has always existed and always will exist. Consciousness is all that has ever been and ever will be. So, what is this consciousness that I'm speaking of? That's God. That's how it makes sense when you say, how could God have always existed? Who created God? Nobody created God. He always was. He is consciousness.